Hi, I'm Christina Harmon. Today I am doing a live bid with two phenomenal professionals, both contractors locally in the area. If you're looking to remodel a space without having to move walls or change any current existing structures, these are your guys. You can really save a lot of money by not using a general contractor for those type of projects that don't actually need to pull permits. So this live bid will kind of walk us through what that really would look like and kind of the different pros and cons of using certain materials and things like that, difference between painting cabinets like these and tearing them out and using new ones. So we'll kind of talk a little bit about that. Guys, do you want to introduce yourselves?
Yeah, sure. Hello, my name's Donal. This is Hugo. We're with Surface Tempo. So we're here to do a quote.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, of course.
All right. Well, this house is pretty much perfect except for the kitchen.
I can tell.
Right? I mean, they even changed the floors to a super modern gray, kind of what everybody else is looking for, but they want it to be light and bright, like I'm sure you hear all the time, right? They want that white, beautiful, pristine, kind of glowing kitchen. So how can we do this from this much more dated, kind of late 90s look? Where can we begin?
Well, this kitchen definitely needs a facelift. You know, it is a little dated with the countertop, the colors. You know, it doesn't match the floor and the theme that you got going on with the walls. So, I mean, first and foremost, I would suggest paint color. You know, using these existing doors and crown molding and everything, depending on the budget. Obviously, we can just paint over these doors and drawers and obviously just get the new countertop. If you want to get a little bit more modern, you know, we can always change out the doors, leaving the same cabinet boxes, you know, using the cabinet carcasses, what we call them, and just changing out the door style, you know, for something a little bit more modern, changing out the crown molding, you know, with not so much depth, not so much detail in them, you know, something a little bit more nice, clean, sleek, which is what I think your clients are kind of shooting for. And at the same time, you know, with a new quartz countertop, you know, we can tie in those nice light colors to bring more of this natural light into this room, which I think would help a lot.
Perfect. That's exactly it.
Yeah.
So what would that look like, I guess, time-wise and kind of painting it versus changing it out or changing the front of
Well,
the
first
doors?
and foremost, you know, we kind of have right now what we could do is we can take some measurements of all the door sizes and all the door fronts, you know, and that'll really dictate how long it takes to manufacture them because we have to get them custom made for the openings.
Okay.
Then at the same time, when they're being made, we can have guys working here on the actual cabinet boxes, you know, making sure everything gets painted the same color that the doors will get painted in the future. So then they can work simultaneously at the site and off site while they're making the doors. And from the time that I place the order of the doors, it's about a week and a half, depending on how busy
To
the
get the actual
manufacturer
doors, yeah.
is.
Okay.
Then they still have another week to paint the doors, you know, so it's about a 2-week process, you know, 2 to 3 weeks at most.
Okay, not bad.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And then at the same time, we can template for the countertops, you know, we can
Start
start
fabricating.
fabricating that as well, you know,
Okay.
so we can work simultaneously on different projects with different crews. Which is kind of how we operate, you know.
Perfect.
We have different crews for different tasks, and we work simultaneously to have a turnaround time,
A
very
lot
very
faster
quick
than
turnaround
other
time. Yeah.
companies,
Yeah.
Wonderful. So Hugo, as far as all the cabinetry, what would you say something like this would cost, this exact kitchen?
Well, just to repaint and change out the new doors, you know, you're looking at about $7,000 to $10,000. You know, if you want to change out the cabinetry for something a little semi-custom, made-to-order cabinets, you know, already built, you're looking at about 15 to 17. If you want to completely change out all the cabinetry, you know, something custom, 100% to the customer's liking, you're looking at about 20 to 30 to 35, depending on how extensive they want to get, you know, what kind of features they want to implement. So many custom things we can do nowadays to make it function for their everyday use, you know?
Okay,
Yeah.
great.
So
That's great.
around that price point.
Okay, thank you so much. Good to know.
Yeah.
And let's get to the countertops. So clearly these are much more dated. Granite isn't really in anymore.
Yes.
What would you suggest for that light and bright without going maybe marble? These my clients would like to stay within their budget. Anything you recommend?
Well, yeah, definitely. Most people are going with quartz. You know, nowadays is quartz is the thing, just because it's non-porous, it doesn't stain. A lot of them are antimicrobial, so they don't, because they're non-porous, they don't absorb any, you know, bad stuff. A slab of marble, you know, could be a real marble, could be 2,000 to 5, maybe even 10,000, depending on which, you know, marble it is. Whereas quartz, you know, you're looking at, you know, a lot less, like a fraction, a quarter of that price.
Okay, great.
So definitely I would say to quartz, just change. I know some people want to change sinks. We have to change the faucet. We can do different edge profiles. So yeah, we can get very creative as well.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay. And as far as surfaces, so changing out these countertops and the backsplash, can you help us look into that range, Donald?
Okay, so the general range for a kitchen this size, with backsplash and materials, labor, fabrication, everything together, we're looking at about 8 to 14,000.
Okay.
And that will determine what materials we go with.
That makes sense. Yeah. Okay, perfect. Thank you guys so much for coming to bid out this kitchen that I'm going to escrow in. I know it's going to be extremely helpful for the clients. They want to get in here as soon as possible. Yes. So you guys being able to do the work within a couple weeks is just phenomenal. So thank you for coming. So guys, if you don't need to pull permits and you're not changing any existing structure, using contractors like Hugo and Donald can save you time and money and just really great referral for you guys to use in the future. Hopefully this helps. I know I always get questions asking specific bids, and I'm not a contractor, so sometimes I need to bring out the professionals so that you guys really know. Yeah. I hope you found this helpful, and I'll see you in the next video. Feel free to send me a direct message or an email on anything that you could find beneficial, and I would love to cover it.